Guys, it's that time of month once again. It's time to push the gacha tribalism to prove to you why the game I like is killing it because it's got more money, and why the game you like is about to end of service because the charts say so. I'm joking, by the way. I have to say that because too many people genuinely think you're pushing tribalism when you talk about these guesstimates. They are trend indicators at best. But I do say that because there probably is one creator who kind of does do mental gymnastics to prove why it's all lies when their game's not flying high and why it's all true when their game is killing it. And I'll leave that person up to you to decide who it is. But I just want to say, remember, these are guesstimates at best and conservative guesstimates for mobile only. Remember, there's massive hidden revenue for some of these games for PC and console. But even the ones that don't have that, these are really low-end guesstimates, so you can think that potentially maybe some of these numbers are 2 to 3 times higher than what they actually are. Just remember that. We can use it as somewhat of a trend indicator, and me as a content creator can use it as content each month as well, right? Because I've run out of ideas. But anyway, we've got some other stuff to talk about as well that I want to reference because we've got NTE, and I want to use Endfield and some NTE sources as well to reference some particular stuff that I've just spoke about. But with the NTE source, it's a major trust me bro source, okay? So take it with like a fucking huge grain of salt. It really is a trust me bro source. But to be fair, the entire gacha revenue chart is a bit of a trust me bro source with a little bit of extra authority added to it, right? So hey, it makes sense to add it in with it as well. And speaking of NTE, we can see they're doing the marketing run here on the front of the website. And I just wanted to note as well, revenue's down 14% on the month, but downloads are up around about 10%. So once again, we're seeing more people playing, less people spending. And with the economy the way it is, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But anyway, should we actually get into the revenue charts now and look at some of your favorite games and whether they're about to EOS or they're about to take over the world. So let's get into it then, shall we? Okay, so we're going to start at 20 here. Nobody cares about anything below that, really, if I'm honest. Apart from Reverse 1999 there. That's doing good. Love to see up 5 places. But these are guesstimates, so why we're going to spend time looking at the game that's at 120, making 5 grand a month. Who cares, right? So we can see Nevernis to Evernis comes in at 21 at $6.3 million. And this actually might be a really, really conservative estimate. I've just spoke about that. But the reason I want to mention it again is because we do have a trust me source bro. Trust me bro source, should I say even? Either way, it makes about as much sense. But it's apparently insider info, right? Insider info. So you take that as you will, right? But $6.3 million, it kind of makes the source sound like it might be somewhat accurate because if we actually go over to Reddit, yeah, it's Reddit. I did do a Google search as well. I know it's AI, and we've got a Twitter post. I know it's Twitter, but 3 different sources at least. Trust me, bro, sources. But the numbers kind of in line with what we're seeing here as well. So the development cost of NTE was 43.8 million USD with a team of over 400 people, which is a lot less than I thought it was. I was expecting the game to be like 100 to 150 million dollars in cost. So yeah, cool. And it made in the opening overseas servers a day one revenue exceeding 8.78 million USD. So this doesn't include a CN, right? So we're looking at about what? 25% of the revenue of the cost of developing the game for the overseas launch coming in on day one, which is actually pretty cool. And there's another thing to reference here, and this is why I wanted to mention Endfield as well. And Wuthering Waves comes into this also. The iOS was accounting for about 10% and PC about 65%. So we've got another game that's making a massive shift in terms of its player base to PC, which is a PC player. Amazing to see, right? And I wanted to mention Endfield because if you look at Endfield, in China, nearly 60% of Arknight's Enfield's revenue comes from PC. And in global, 70% comes from PC and PlayStation together. So these games just have huge hidden revenue regarding the chart, right? Because there's a lot of the players, majority of them, not on mobile. And then that doesn't even take into account that these numbers are conservative for mobile anyway, right? They're conservative for mobile anyway. So yeah, take that as you will, right? But I wanted to bring up that Endfield made 173 million in its first 2 weeks, which is ridiculous, actually ridiculous. And we'll come back to Endfield in a second as well because I wanted to mention it. But as I say, we're looking at a majority of the players for NTE being on PC. And it's brought in a good chunk of its actual development costs in day one for global as well. So it's safe to say that NTE is probably going to make its money back and go on to be somewhat profitable. But we'll have to see how it does post-launch as well. But anyway, let's get back into the numbers then, shall we? So we can see if we go up here, Infinity Nikki at number 20 at 6.5, down 5 places. Battle Cats Moose will love that. Up 3 places at 6.6, down from 6.9. So we can see the shrinkage in spending here. A game's moving up places while having a reduction in revenue because all of the games around it are moving down as well, right? We can see Hatsune Miku, 6.9, up 5 places to 18th. Zenless Zone Zero, another game that's probably got quite a chunky hidden revenue source coming from PlayStation and PC as well. Down from 16, down to 7.1, dropping 9 places, down to 17th there. We've got Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, down 7 places as well, into 8 million, down from 15. You can see a lot of games here are having dips in revenue, right? It's a bit of a theme that's going on right now. Summoners Wars up 10 places, actually, and up $2 million from last month to 8, and it's in 15th place. We got Musume Pretty Derby down from 34 million. You guys who play that, what happened last month? Was it a big patch or something? Because typically, big patch leads to a jump up in spending and then a massive drop off because obviously, usually everybody's broke, really. Dropping down to 9.3 million and dropping 11 places to 14th. We've got FGO still doing insane numbers for a game so old. 10 million, down from 12.7, down 3 places, down to 13th. We've got Puzzle and Dragons sitting at 11.46 million, down from 12. And then we've got Wuthering Waves and Arknights Endfield going into top 11 and top 10. Endfield down 4 places at 17.2 million. We were up 3 places, up to 13.7 million from 11.4, and we're at Endfield down from 20.05 million. And considering we're talking about Endfield the game, it looks like apparently Endfield has made, if I can just find it, approaching $100 million on mobile in the first 3 months of the game. So its first 2 months it made $173 million, and then specifically mobile alone it's approaching $100 million now. So this game has made insane amounts of money. No matter what you hear other people telling you that it's failing, that it's end of servicing, it has smashed it within its first 3 months. Like, if you take into account the first 2 weeks and the mobile, you're looking at $273 million, almost $300 million, and that's not even accounting the rest of the revenue off mobile as well, which could potentially be another $100 million. This game's potentially made $400 or $500 million since launch, potentially, which is crazy when you think about it. I just wanted to add that in there in regards to the mobile numbers as well, right? Because people like to talk these games down sometimes and talk about the money, and I'm including We're in this as well, right? And I'm including Genshin and Star Rail and say, look at these numbers, they're terrible numbers. These games are making stupid amounts of cash. I just thought I wanted to add that in there as a little bit of context as well, to show you how conservative some of these numbers are for the months. You know what I mean? When you're looking at like 20 million and 20 million, and then you think, wait a minute, that adds up to like 60, 70 million, and we're looking at more like 100 million for mobile, not including the PC as well. So it shows how conservative these numbers are. Continuing to the top 10, we've got Monster Strike here at 18.5 million, up from 6 million. Up 3 places as well. We've got Goddess of Victory, Nikkei at 21 million. And then just above it, we got the big dog, Arknights, my favourite gacha game out of all the gacha games. Up 10 places, up to 21.35 million, up from 9 million. And I'm not even going to talk about Arknights pools at the moment though, because I got absolutely blasted on my Silver Ash pools. And I don't even want to talk about it, if I'm honest. I genuinely got annoyed. Worst pull session I've ever had. I got Pramanixo and I got a bunch of other characters, but I didn't get Silver Ash, and I fell just short, and I still swiped, and I don't want to talk about it, okay? I don't want to talk about it. So we'll move on from Arknights, but yeah, it's great to see Arknights doing well. And again, these numbers are probably conservative as well, so, but yeah, Arknights killing it as usual. Pokemon TCG coming in at 22 million, down from 27, down 5 million, down 1 place, but at number 6. And then let's go into the top 5 then, shall we? We can see Naruto up to 24 million, up 2 places to 5. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal at 27 million. This is a game that I'm so surprised is doing so well. I played it on launch. I like the gameplay, but the presentation for me was just a little bit I wasn't happy with it. But great to see it doing really well, right? And then we can go into Lad, still printing money as usual. 37.7 mil, down from 40.7 mil. So down 3 million month on month. Down 2 places from number 1 into number 3. And then we can see Hoyo, the big dog, the mammoth again, just killing it. We've got Genshin at number 2, Star Rail at number 1, and those respective numbers are 41.8 million and 58 million there as well. Both up month on month, but Star Rail taking the number 1 spot, going up 3 spots. And again, remember, these mobile numbers are probably much more than this, and then take into effect, these games do have a sizable PC and console market as well, so it beggars belief to think the sort of numbers they are actually doing, guys. Okay, so big month for some games here as well, particularly Hoyo. Hoyo are the winners of this month, right? Major cash once again for games that now are just... Genshin just doesn't stop, does it? And Star Rail just continues to print cash. But I think the major winner for me, again, Arknights, that little niche tower defense game that everybody says, you know, who knows Arknights, who knows Hypergriff? Well, I think a lot of people really start to know about Hypergriff and Griffline now because they continue to do really well. So Wuthering Waves as well, doing all right. I would suspect this number would jump quite a bit as well because it's just had a big patch as well. Now, as anniversary type of stuff goes, Brewer never really kills it right. It's kind of a thing now, but I suspect it probably will have a really good month also. And again, as I say, guys, I'm not here to push propaganda for any game here, right? It doesn't matter how much these games make, as long as they make enough to continue giving you a good game. But I just like to talk about it. I think it's a fun thing. It's a monthly video that you can make without thinking about it as well. Let's be honest, we like to make slop here. But yeah, I think good to see. I think overall we're just seeing spending down, right? But we're seeing spending up on a particular couple of titles. Again, guys, conservative numbers, treat it as a trend indicator. Don't do mental gymnastics to prove that your game is so much better than what it is on here, because nobody really believes this. There's not, as I say, there's only really one creator who goes out the way to try and prop their game up each month, as I said, and we don't need to go into that. But yeah, it looks like they're all eating good, at least in the top 20 or 30. Biggest thing I think to take out of this for me, Neverness to Everness looks like it's had a decent launch. Some people will look at this and be like, oh, it's over. Those people are stupid, right? This game has made a good amount of money already. If you take it to CN as well, it's probably pulled in nearly, if not all, of the money that was spent on development. That probably doesn't take into account marketing stuff, but I'd say within a couple of months, I reckon this game will have turned a profit as well. We'll just have to see what happens post-launch as well. I was up till 4 o'clock last night playing it, trying to just get a little bit more to grips with the combat. It's got some good boss fights, this game has. I must admit, it's got some issues, but it's got some positives as well. I actually do kind of like it, I must admit. I've got a soft spot for it. But yeah, good to see all the games that I actually somewhat cared about on here. Endfield, Arknight, Wooer, you know, you might not believe it, but I do. And Neverness to Everness now, all doing pretty well. So yeah, cool to see. Guys, let me know what you think down below about this. And what do you think about this Trust Me Bro source regarding NTE? Do you guys know if this development cost is accurate? And what do you think about these numbers with 8 million opening overseas? So I'm guessing this is not taking into account CN as well, right? So let's say CN probably spent a good bit more, right? I don't know, maybe that could be first day on both, potentially something like 20 million, something like that maybe. We're already 50% of the way of development costs there, right? And then take into account they've had it for, what, a week or so? We'll have to see what next month shows. I don't know if it's going to have the best 1 point or second banner, should I say. Because, yeah, I don't know about the units. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But guys, let me know what you think down below. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all in the next tribalism next month then. Catch you later, guys. Ta-ra.